All right, folks. So if you're not aware of kind of a lot of the late breaking pictures that are really starting to come out on the internet, a lot of stuff on Reddit, Instagram, few people are posting stuff. Now, obviously, the impact wrenches became kind of live um, either today, yesterday, not really sure. Now, as you see here, 18-volt XR. Now, obviously, this is from Europe. Over here in North America, we're allowed to use resting watts. So 20 volt, they got to be a little bit more up to the Apple in Europe, I guess. So, like I've been saying, guys, for probably a year, if you've been following me, is DeWalt was going to be coming out with a new impact driver. Right now, I know some of the stuff that's coming out. Obviously, they don't want a lot of chatter about certain things. But actually, Joe the Tool guy sent me a picture of actually a 12 volt multi tool that's coming out too. But as far as this 20 volt stuff, like I said, super compact here, guys. They have something coming out that is also kind of just started to show up on a lot of these sites. Um, the power stack. All right, you're going to see batteries, some here in North America, 20 volt, but um, the power stack stuff. Um, it's I think DeWalt is really kind of said that's it. We're going all balls to the walls here. Now, if you're not aware, DeWalt is still the number one tool company in the world, and I think in North America. But obviously, Milwaukee has taken, a big chunk of that over the past 5 years. I mean, guys, you don't know how much Milwaukee or how much the purchase of TTI when they bought Milwaukee. I want to say it was back in like 2012, maybe 2011. I don't remember. But Milwaukee was really like on the balls of their rear end. Bankruptcy. But what TTI has done with Milwaukee, obviously, has kind of been amazing. A lot of it through marketing. A lot of these other companies just kind of haven't really gone that route, especially on social media. Now, obviously, you're starting to see it now. But still, there's some companies. I mean, look at Bosch. Bosch doesn't do anything. And again, you go back to that 2011 era. I mean, Bosch was a big boy. They were at Home Depot. They were at Lowe's. They were telling you how to do it. You either get rid of these guys, or we're leaving. Bosch had a lot of stuff, a lot of pull. I think one of the stories was that they told Home Depot to get rid of a couple brands, or they were flying to Lowe's, so they'd be exclusive there. And Home Depot said, "Don't let the door hit you in the rear end." But anyway, obviously Milwaukee has really, grown to a high level. Again, they could possibly have passed the wall up in North America, sales wise. I'm not sure. Obviously, in the world, the globe, DeWalt, I believe, is still number one. Pretty, extensively, we'll say. Okay, we'll say that. But anyway, we knew a new impact driver was coming out. Don't know too much of the specs. All right. But again, a lot of pictures are starting to pop up on this. But it was something that they had to do to replace that old 887. Some people love it, some people hate it. Durability wise, those things would last forever. The 887, you had plenty of power. People love it. Again, you're either a DeWalt guy, right, or a Milwaukee guy. Then there's that Colt Makita clan, right? And then you got the Ryobi's people, and you got some mixed rigid and Bosch people in there too. But it's really DeWalt versus Milwaukee, right? But like I said, I think with a lot of this stuff that's going to be coming out from DeWalt, um, I think Milwaukee made their first mistake. They've been really hitting it on all cylinders, and obviously they're always second to Makita and DeWalt on a lot of stuff, right? I like the pack out for one. But, DeWalt had a storage system out way before Milwaukee, but it doesn't matter because what Milwaukee does with a lot of stuff is I think they like to see what the other companies do, and then they just come in and, slam them. All right, you're going to have this 8-inch wheels. We're putting 10-inch wheels. You're sorry about that. Recording stopped because I was just yapping into my phone and I didn't keep the screen touched. So that's not good. All right, but I don't forget where I left off here. But yeah, they like to, with a lot of stuff, kind of wait and let these other companies come out with it. A lot of OPE stuff for sure. Way behind DeWalt and Makita. They still don't have a lawnmower out. Well, obviously, we're going to see that next year. But, their whole OPE line was pretty much a couple of years, 2-3 years after. And obviously a lot of stuff. You can go from the cutoff saw to miter saws, right? Whatever. Anyway, so got us. But like I said, I think they're going to be really kind of going after it a little bit now. And I think, it's a big marketing game now. We know how social media has kind of changed not only the tool industry, but any type of marketing and advertising. You have to be big on social media. And, you got influencers and all that stuff. So, who knows? But what mostly you guys care about is the impact driver. So, right, looks a lot like the 12 volt. All right. I like how it looks like they still kept a really easy, simple, basic selector. Right on the bottom, real easy. Click it from mode 1 to mode 2 to mode 3 to auto mode or whatever this thing has. All right. But definitely a nice compact. You've got those, and Milwaukee has gone to the tri-mode lighting as well. But obviously DeWalt has had it for a while with a lot of their hand tools, hand power tools. So you're going to see a lot of this new stuff, guys. Again, they're expanding that 12 volt line. Now, that 12 volt line is really, really doing great for DeWalt. I don't think they expected it to be this popular, this quick. But getting back to it before my phone died too, I think Milwaukee kind of made their first mistake with that MX platform. They've been rolling, kind of killing it on everything. I think I just kind of didn't talk about it. I jumped to another subject. So yeah, I don't think that MX platform is I don't think it's gonna survive. We know about the 28 volt that they tried. At that time they really didn't invest a lot into it. They only had probably 6-7 tools, and I think it did fairly decent to a degree. But again, I don't think they invested, obviously, what they did with this MX. Now, I'm not saying the MX is going under tomorrow. And in the long run, if they stick with it, it's really going to depend on, are they willing to stick with the MX platform to kind of let it grow, to let it kind of find its niche and blossom, and to really be cost effective with, developing some of these MX tools and advertising and, stuff like that. If you, let it go, kind of like a sitcom. No one liked Blossom at first, right? But then Blossom season 2, whoa, she's pretty funny. And by the third season, Blossom and 6 were just killing it. And then you had Joey Lawrence and everything. So it's one of those things. I just don't know if it's going to make it. It might be time for cancellation. But I don't think that's going to happen like tomorrow. I don't think it's going to happen next year. I don't think it's going to happen in 2 years. But I think they made their first kind of... So obviously Makita's doing pretty good with their 40 volt. We know about the flex volt and stuff. But again, they kind of have some new stuff coming out. We're going to see. But I think DeWalt is really going to take it to the next level. I think it's going to, not only advertising and that stuff, but I think they're really going to go after Milwaukee in price, right? I think we're going to start seeing a lot more promos. I think you're going to see their tools always kind of underpriced compared to Milwaukee. But we'll have to see. But, I think it's one of those things. But excited to see this, folks. Again, you're going to see not only this. I just did the video on the impact wrenches. You're going to see drills, some new hammer drills. A lot of new stuff. But, again, I figured I would do a video on this only because it's really, like, everywhere. But you're going to see DeWalt obviously announce this stuff if they haven't. They might have even announced it a couple weeks ago, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just don't. Guys, I got my hands full with a lot of stuff. You really don't see me really doing. Obviously, you haven't seen me really do any videos in a while. And hopefully, Home Depot live vids, we can start next week. But again, I got my hands full with a lot of stuff. But this is exciting. DeWalt 20 volt, even though it says 18 volt here. We'll call it Gen 2 brushless impact driver. Coming soon. Peace.